Hey everybody, old folks here. I wanted to take an opportunity today and go over that whole video pattern thing that I did yesterday with breakouts and stuff like that. So I'm going to pull this up here. I'm going to move my picture. Let's see, where can I put that? We're going to put that right here. All right, we'll put it right there so I can kind of see what I'm doing. So when I look at a hero and I say, hey, I'm going to try for a breakout, one of the things I did was obviously I had somebody that I didn't know where I was in the pattern. And so I said, hey, I'm going to just start all over. Now, again, I believe there's a pattern. It usually works. Not always, but it usually works. It's pretty good. And so I said, I'm going to try it. That's what I'm going to do. So I wanted to find where I was. Obviously, my bottom ones were the ones that failed for 6 times, which, hey man, it happens. You just kind of have to push through it till you get to kind of where you recognize something. As far as the tops, you'll notice it's 2, 1, 2, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Then I got 4, 1, and then I don't know what these did down here. And you kind of get to these little situations where it's not a guarantee ever. But usually after 2 or 3 failures on a top one, your next one's going to be a success. So the question everybody says is, well, do I know if it's going to be a 2 or do I know if it's going to be a 1? And the answer, or a 2 or a 3. And the answer is, that's where the guessing comes in. You know, if I'm on the top and I'm looking at it, I'm going, okay, you know, I've got one more left for a gold star. I just had 2 failures. Do I risk it and go for it, or do I say no? Now, one of the things you might notice is there's usually 2 positives, sometimes 3, but usually 2 positives between these failures. So a lot of times what I'll do is I will attempt for a failure, and I'll say, okay, I'm not sure if it's going to be a failure or not. I'm not going to go for my gold or my silver. I'm going to go again. And if it succeeds, I go, okay, I should have one more success. Not always, but usually I do. And so I go for that next one on the big item. If I fail, then I say, okay, now I really should have a success because I got 3 failures in a row. About 95% of the time, that's the way it works for me. When it comes to the bottom is totally different. The bottom is so hard to gauge and compare. I think I've talked about it before on some of these heroes. I hate when I finish the top up. In fact, I can go to Uther. Uther has all the top done, and the bottom is so hard to gauge because if you look at the pattern has this crazy bottom where it just goes, I don't know where. I mean, sometimes it's, I mean, I got 6 in a row. I don't know. I got 1, I got 1, I got 2, I got 1, I got 2, I got 1. It's real tough. So if I'm really going for a bottom, you know, it's not as good as the top, where usually I get 2 successes after a 2 or a 3 failures. You know, I may only get 1. So it's a lot harder. But on the top one, it seems to be a lot easier. So my goal is always to try and find a hero and get to that point. Now, I'd have to scroll through everybody, and I don't know where everybody's at, but that's kind of where I'm sitting. So if I look at like Ariel here, you know, I've got some here. I don't know the pattern. If I just randomly break this out, I run the risk of losing the bottom. And the bottom's the hardest one. And it's a legendary, so getting soul stones costs gems. And, you know, you just don't want to throw it away. So I really try and hope to find some semblance of a, you know, okay, I think I'm here, I'm going to go for it kind of thing. So usually when I get 1 success on the bottom, I usually go for a bottom again. Because it usually runs in pairs, but if you look in the chart down near the end, especially in that area over here, you're going to see that it's not a guarantee of 2 in a row. Sometimes it's just 1. But, you know, it's kind of the risk you have to take. Is that going to help you? I don't know. The S stands up there for silver. The G stands up there for gold. The yellows were when I didn't know because the bar was already full and I couldn't tell you what it was. So this argument can go on for days, and this can go on for weeks, months. It's been going on for a long time. I don't know if there's a pattern. I think I see something, I go for it. All I can tell you is it's worked for me. Now, does that mean it's going to work for you? No, but I'm going to break this out. Somebody say, you're crazy. You're right, I am. I'm not going after anybody else, but I'm just going to hit it. Because what's going to happen is, I don't know. I lost it all. Like I said, I just lost the most hardest one. If I play a game like that, I feel like I'm just, oh man, I just failed again. Oh, I just failed again. Oh, I just failed again. Hey, I got 2 or 3. Oh, I failed again. And I don't like being like that. I don't like losing my stuff and not knowing what's going to happen. So by me believing in some pattern, it gives me a sense of control, or it gives me a sense of odds where I feel like I have a better chance of success. So I'm not wasting my soul stones, especially on ones that cost gems. So I'm going to go here for a second, and we're going to look at Marksman, Lucifer. I'm 1 away from a silver star, and I'm 1 away from maxing out the top gold bar. So the question comes down to it, when I finally get 5 more soul stones, whenever the next event is, and I only need 5 soul stones, do I try for just the bottom, or do I try for the top? Well, let's be honest. Filling up the top's a phenomenal feat. I'm not going to get a silver star, but I am going to get the bonus from it. So I might just shoot for the top and hope for the bottom. Because when I look at the pattern, there were times that there were 2, 2, 2s, but that's not all the time. So I would rather control my situation, play my soul stones like I do, build it up, build it up, build it up, look for that pattern and say, okay, I think now's the time that I'm going to get a top, and maybe I'll get a bottom. And if I do that, great. I got a silver star and I finished up the top. Leaves me kind of hosed on the bottom side, but hey, I'm not wasting soul stones that cost gems, that cost money. And that's why I do it. I sat here on Chavez. At one point, I've got a video out there. I clicked 200 soul stones and I got nothing. I couldn't get gold. Let me just click and it failed, go up, it failed, go up, it failed, go. I got a bunch one time and I said, listen, there's got to be a better way. And I kind of ran through my pattern, and it took me like 70 or so to get him gold star, because I was able to control the movement of it a lot better by gauging my thing. And that's why I think there's a pattern. That's why I think it gives you a little bit more control than just clicking the button and hoping. Good discussions. I love you guys when you discuss it. I'm not upset. I enjoy this. I enjoy, sharing what little bit of knowledge I got. So I hope this helps. If you got questions, feel free to post them. I'll gladly answer them. And I'll talk to you all later. Have a great one.